Hello, hello. This is Carolyn Bosley, Stamping Up Independent Demonstrator, and you are watching through the Inky Gatherings group. So I hope everyone is well today. Hope you enjoy your Saturday. This is our Saturday event. Instead of live, you will see a pre-recorded video, but I will be checking for comments and questions, so please leave any questions you have and I'll get back with you. If you see at any time things that you would like to purchase, just go to the inkygatherings.stampingup.net and shop with me now. You'll also see this on YouTube later in the week under Inky Gatherings. And if you have any family or friends that you think might be interested, please have them join us by just sharing the video to them. Wanted to go over a couple housekeeping things before we get started on our wonderful project here. So don't forget that we have the couple contests going on, the celebration contest. If you purchase qualifying purchase for the celebration contest or the celebration that's currently going on, you will also get to go into a drawing for a prize package from me, which will be a bundle of some products from me. If you share the Saturday lives or the Saturday videos, those will also go, your name would also go into a drawing. If you join to subscribe for Inky Gatherings on YouTube, another drawing possibility. And if you decide to join my team during celebration, if you have any questions, just let me know. That's another opportunity to be able to go into the drawing. So, contest 1. Contest 2 is what we're calling the Postmark Contest. So, these have to be handmade cards using Stampin' Up product only. It could be new or retired or paper pumpkin. That's paper pumpkin is also Stampin' Up. But not just making them, you have to have them postmarked or hand delivered by September 30th, okay? Again, use any products you have on hand. You can use new products, stuff that you've already done, but it has to be all Stampin' Up. Then send me a PM or an email no later than the last day of the month. It has to be dated the last day of the month so that I can get that count. And just keep it honest. You know, don't try to guess at how many you're sending out. Just keep your little Post-it note with little tick marks on there, okay? Now, talk about celebration. Don't forget, through the end of the month at 9:30, anything that you purchase from the annual catalog, from the holiday mini catalog, or the clearance shop that's online, and you can get to that through my inkygatherings.stampingup.net website. If you do that, then you also have the opportunity to purchase or to get free a celebration item for every $50 you spend. And there's a booklet online with that also. So, I hope there's no questions. Like, again, just leave me comments and questions and I'll get back to you soon. So here we have a little box. And it's called a tent box. And if you pull off the cover, then you have a little box for goodies, a gift card, treats, table decor. I mean, it could be a table placer, placemat on there, placard, those type things. But we're going to use the Sparkle of the Season. And really, I'm only using the one stamp. And then I have used the one die. It's a great set to use. Has several different, has Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. It could just be a wintry snowflake. So, you know, fall, winter area time frame. And it is located on page 58 of the Holiday Mini. And if you purchase both the stamp set and the dies together, you get those at a bundle price, which saves you 10%. So instead of $51 if you bought them separately, you would only pay $45.75. So, you know, that and some adhesive, and you've got your $50 right there to be able to get you a free celebration item. So I'm going to move these out of the way and just show you how quick and easy this is. I'm using Real Red as my ink, and I'm also pulling in some of the red rhinestones for some berries. Now, I've already die cut my holly wreath. However, you can see that there's still a few pieces they cut, they just didn't pop out. So I am just pushing those out with my favorite inexpensive pick tool, $10, best thing since sliced bread, as we say. So yes, pick tool is wonderful. That's just one of the things that you can use that for. Let me put my cap back on there. So we have that. I'm going to leave that laying there so I don't lose it. I have a scrap piece. I keep all my little pieces of white cardstock just for when I need some stamping, one-liners, those type things for this occasion. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that done. Move it out of the way. I've already put my Merry Christmas on the block. And I hope everybody can see me okay. I'm just going to, this is longer than what I need. However, I'm just going to go with it because I can always trim from the end. Okay. Move that one out of the way. Put up the red pad and have that ready to go. These are so easy. So I have already cut my pieces, and we're going to see. I'm going to try to make sure I'm on camera enough to where you can see. I'll move some things out of the way. So sort of do it at an angle maybe, and I'll be working from the top bar, so maybe you'll be able to see good. So the cardstock is simply 11 by 4. So you'll be able to get 2 of these out of a sheet of cardstock, okay? 11 by 4 for your cardstock. Your DSP is going to be 3.5 by 8. So either out, on your 12 by 12 sheets, you'll be able to get several of these from that. Oh, sip of coffee this morning. So we're going to lay the DSP to the side, use it a little later. First thing we're going to do is start our scoring process for the box. This little tent box card is what we're going to call it, I think. Fuzz paper there. So we're going to start scoring. So I'm going to move my dark gray blade up out of the way because that is my cutting blade, and I'm just going to be using my scoring blade. Folks, if you haven't tried this trimmer tool, you need to. I think you would really like it. It's a $25 purchase. It comes with your first set. Of course, you'll not need to replace your scoring blade. The cutting blades, of course, have to be replaced over time and depending on what you're cutting, but it is really smooth, just like butter. So I'm going to score at 3.5. I'm going to score at 5 1/4. I'm going to score at 8 3/4. And I'm going to score again at 10 1/2. Okay. Now, another thing we're going to do is just put a little tick mark, a scoring tick mark. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to do this at 4 3/8. I'm not scoring. Let's lift this blade so everybody understands. I'm moving that up there, and I'm just going to make a little tick mark, okay, at 4 3/8, and I'm going to do that again at 9 5/8. Little tick mark, Okay, so we're not done scoring, but we're going to be done for the moment, so I'm going to move this out of the way for us. So the first thing we're going to do is, oh, no, I did not score. One other item that I need to. On the bottom, so I've ticked these two lines here. That's the top. So I need to score along the bottom. So I'm going to come in and move my paper over to 2 3/4. Woo, let's move that cutter out of the way. Cutting blade out of the way. This is the way it comes set up. And I'll be honest with you, I think I want to eventually move my blade to where it's on the bottom. If I'm reading from the top, that way my blade's all the way down. But I just haven't taken time to do that yet. So 2 3/4, and I've got that score made. Now I'm going to move it out of the way. Now I'm hoping that you can see this bottom little piece. You have a score line going across here, and then you have the score line coming down. This one little section here is what I'm going to cut out. Okay. Okay. Now, two things you can do. I don't know if you're familiar with scoring or not, but here's how you can score with your trimmer if you're just doing one piece without bringing out your score detail board and things like that. So you remember where I said to make your little tick marks. We did a tick mark at 4 3/8 on the paper, which really is halfway in between the fold here. And then again at 9 5/8, which is the same. It's the halfway mark in between this side. And if you can start visualizing, this is going to be the box. So what you're wanting to do, and what I do, is I take my little tick mark, and then you can fold this up to where, well, first thing we need to do, find our scissors. We're not going to cut anything else away, but we are going to cut up to that bottom score line. Okay. And then you can just sort of fold this up to where it can be seen. And we're going to find our tick mark up here. And then we're going to use our score or our trimmer and look at where the blade runs. Okay. And then, oops, well, I'm going to do this. And we're just lining it up a little bit to get that there. And then you can use your stylus or your bone folder. And you would go straight down, and it's going to take you to that corner. I hope you can see that. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Ah, yeah, baby. Okay. So it gives you that V. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, if you feel more comfortable, pull out your score detail board and do it there. But sometimes if I'm just doing one thing, I'll just use what I've got on hand. And again, this is my score bone folder. And I'm just folding that up because that shows me where my where my line needs to come to, so I can just help line it up more. And then again, there we go. So all my scoring is done. I can move this out of the way because you're not going to have to score your paper. Basically, you're just going to fold this DSP in half to get us started, and then that's it. But let's go back and let's do the box bottom first, okay? So you're going to use your bone folder and just make sure you have good crisp folds. That's the biggest thing when you're making a box or a 3D item. Make sure you have good crisp folds on that, okay? And yes, I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to anyone, because sometimes I just forget. I just forget. And I just sort of crease these a little bit because, in all honesty, it's going to happen on itself, or happen sort of automatically when the time comes to be able to get those set up. Okay. And the creases here don't have to be as stiff, because you'll see how it will work over time. So I fold my little tabs up first. Okay. And then I'm going to have a long tab on the bottom that will be folded last. But in the meantime, I'm going to work with that little tab that was on the end. Okay. Now it's going to get folded to the inside. So you want the glue on the outside. Okay. Glue on the outside. And if you fold that tab down and then just fold your cardstock piece in half, it should lay, whoops, I think that should lay right over on top of that and adhere. And just hold it down for a minute and, you know, sort of massage it there to make sure it's working. So there you go. That's how easy it is to get your box going. End tabs in. And then you're going to have one of the larger tabs that you will glue just on the edge here, because you see it doesn't go all the way over. So you don't want your glue adhering in the bottom. And I just flip that over a little bit. Make sure I'm still square. Use the bone folder to adhere that a little bit more. And then if you want to glue your tabs down on the inside, you can, but you don't have to. Now look, there is your tent card, or the bottom of your tent box. I said tent card, sorry. So then the next thing we're going to do is simply get ready for the top. Now this is going to slide on and off, so you don't, that's why I don't score line it. I just sort of use my fingers and bend and fold, because you want it loose enough to slide off. So I just bend that over, and then I'm going to bend this one over, hold it in my hand, and yeah, I think it's loose enough to where it's going to slide off. So then what I do, you can do a couple different things. I'm going to pull out my tear and tape. This comes on a roll, and it's available in the annual catalog. I think it's right around $7 a roll. And put that back up. Now, one thing that I do to help keep it, make it easier to take the cover sheet off, or cover part of the tape off, is I burnish it. You know, just go back and forth with your bone folder, and that burnishes it. But then your paper covering peels up oh so sweetly. So then I'm just going to put this back down over, put my one piece under, and you got to make sure that you don't have it to where it's sticking to anything other than your paper to paper, or your box will adhere, or it will adhere to your box, I should say. So there we go. Yeah, it slides good. Okay, there we go. And if you have, okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have just a little bitty piece where it did not meet up easy. Look at that. Trim it off, you're good. There you go. Now, you could get as fancy as you want, depending on what type of gift you're giving, who you're giving to. Let me see if I can lay that there and make that stay up. But I try to make things simple. I want to enjoy it and think about the person as I am making it. So let me see. I'm just cutting off the end and going to do my banner with scissors. Okay. Then, watch this. Let's find some pop-up dots. We're going to use 2 of them. The first one I'm going to use here, this end, and the second one I'm going to use here. I think that gives me enough room. Yes, so lets it stick off a little bit and have some room there. Then I am also going to have this on here. This is the wreath that I had cut out. So I think what I will do is adhere this underneath. I'm just going underneath one side of it for now to get it going here, and then I'll slip it around where I think it needs to be. And we may even want to cut. So yeah, I thought I might could do that. Let's cut a little of this off. It was just a little long, maybe. Yeah. Get that on there. Okay. Then I'm going to pull this off, the backing over here, and get it put where I want it. Of course, this is not mailing, or if it is, it's mailing in another box, so I can have that 3D look for this to be up. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, Tombow liquid, and place it in areas where I think it will help us keep things in place. Okay, like there. And yeah, it pulled loose, but we'll put it back. And I can even put a little bit there. And then I think that's really all I need. Let's clear some of this scrap away. Then we're going to come in here again with the other end of the pick tool. Pick up some of these little red gems to make them look like some berries, maybe. 1, 2. Well, it sounds like how many licks do you get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 1, 2. And I can do a couple more in places if I want. Let's just put one there. And one there. And there we have it. We have a treat box, like I said, candies, gift card, jewelry. There you go. That's how easy and quick. And I'm still going to come back behind here, put a little glue, and hold that one down just so it's not flopping and get torn off. And I mean, you can do this wherever you want it to be. Let's go ahead and do that leaf too. Hold it down for just a moment. And there you have it. Wonderful little tent treat box. So, again, anything you see that you might be interested in, all the paper is available. It is one of the Christmas papers in the Holiday Mini, and it is Painted Christmas 12 by 12, item number 156292. The stamp set, again, stamp set and die cuts that'll take you all fall and winter long. Sparkle of the Season, located on page 55. If you purchase the bundle, it is $45.75, and that bundle item is 156765. So I hope you've enjoyed the project today. And I'll set one of these up and leave one of them laying down maybe. And want you to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Contact me with any questions you may have regarding sizing and things like that. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.